is too high. All right? That's the major problem. Electricity is a major cost in manufacturing. So we have to go alternative to bring down the cost of electricity. In fact, China uses their rivers, canals, that kind of stuff. We have unused canals in Grand Bahama that they could get power from, straight through. Unused canals. They already dug it, they made the money from it, now we can put it to use, all right, and use power to encourage manufacturers to come in. And we can go into manufacturing. We can go into processing. What China did is it went into the businesses that and industries that they had the supplies for already to make it simple and easy. They had control of rare earth, so they went into things that was connected to rare earth. They had a lock on a certain market, so they went into solar. They controlled solar. They went into EVs, electric vehicles, because of what they had control of. And so you look at what you have, and then you see what you could make from it to make money for your country. And that's how you determine what you're going to do. Now, what do we have? Lots and lots of sand. More sand than anyone else in the world. Why aren't we doing things that you can make money from with sand? We can sell raw sand. Yeah, you can make a certain amount of money from that. But we can process that. It doesn't take much. Why aren't we in the glass business? Why isn't the whole world coming to the Bahamas for our glass? Why aren't they doing that? Why aren't we in the glass business? Why aren't we in the chip business? When Biden took over, he realized that the biggest problem America had was they were running out of chips. All right? That's chips like in your computers, your phones, etc., microchips. And if we had partnered with a chip maker from around the world and brought a chip maker here to Grand Bahama, we got the sand right there that they need to make chips. We could have been sending chips to America and the rest of the world, making billions. But no, hey, we just want the politicians who talking about fixing pothole. That's the vision, hey. Paving road. Oh, building clinic. Patching what? Yeah, patching up the road. That's what we want. No, it's time for a new vision. We've been robbed by this Port Authority situation. We've been robbed. It is a crime of the century. Trillions of dollars have been made over the last 71 years. All right? August will make 71. Trillions of dollars have been made. What did we get from it? Nada. And some people are ready to vote to continue that. Well, I'm tired. I ain't vote for that no more. I had enough of that. I've had enough of that. I said we can talk about some other things, but I want to leave it right here. Let's focus on this today. I want to open the phone lines and open up. You can set up the mic for the audience, please. I want to leave it there today, and we're going to continue our conversation with the Grand Bahama situation while we take calls, etc., and argue in here. All right. The call-in number is 803-5995. Producer, if you could put it up on the screen. If those in the chat box could just put it in the chat box. Please do. 803-5995. And you can call in. Let me make sure this is up and running. Okay, 803-5995. You can WhatsApp call or regular call. I can only take one call at a time. So once I'm on the phone, I can't answer someone else, all right? So 803-5995. What do you think about this whole port deal? What do you think about the PLP and FNM now in a plot to buy the port and continue this instead of getting rid of it? It's like the Quieting Titles Act. It was another crime of the century that the UBP used. They knew they were losing and about to lose, so they used it to steal land, all right? It was to steal land in order to have more votes. It was to steal land to own more land, and it was because they know they were about to lose. But coming right now, when the black government got in, instead of getting rid of that, they continued it. And they started using it to take people land. Y'all see Keith Bell all over the place? All over the place messing with Bahamians. We got something for him in a minute. You had a question? Okay, he asked me what these big rocks and stuff is all about on the stage. 803-5995 is the number for persons who want to call in. All right? These rocks are pretty interesting. Again, these were rocks that we found. We haven't had a chance to test them yet, but we believe that this one is granite. We put it hold the line one sec, caller, in ChatGDP, and they identified it as granite, but we haven't tested it yet. But we know there's granite in Andros and in Maguana for sure. And this came from Andros. And then the other one is either quartz or calcite. These are our natural resources. And so you can make money from raw natural resources like Australia does. They just sell raw natural resources and they make money. Or you can process the natural resources and make more money. I've told you what processing is. Any upgrade you do to it, any value you add to something by doing something to it. So I gave you an example. In the food store, when the watermelons are about to go bad, they cut them up and they sell it for even more than they could have sold the whole watermelon. So if a watermelon is, I don't know how much it costs. I don't even look at the prices. $10. Okay, it's $10, $11. They will cut it up and sell you one little cup like this, one little container, for $5 something. All right? For that. All right? And so they're actually going to make from that same watermelon, they probably going to make, probably $100. I just call it numbers, don't hold me to that. But they're going to make a lot more money. All right? And so that's processing because they cut it up. And so that's how processing works. Because that's simple. If you take a piece of wood and turn it into a figurine like you saw me do the other day and sell it in the straw market, that was processing. You turn a piece of wood into a little figurine. That's processing. All right? Taking sand and turning it into glass is processing. So once you put it through any kind of process to improve on it, you can sell it for more money. So that's what we can also do. So initially we're going to sell the rods. They say, oh, Lincoln Nick think he's going to make money just selling sand. Yes, we are. But also processing the sand into what we need to do with it. And that's what we have to do. So that's really the basis of this here. I want to remind you of what we have. Everything that you see was made from something. And they have to use base materials to make certain things. There are thousands of products made from crude oil. Some of the clothes you're wearing is made from crude oil. You didn't know that. Some of your medicine is made from crude oil. It's just a base material that they use to create another product. Sand is the same way. Sand is a base material that they use to create whatever else they need to create from it. All right? So the paint, the cement, etc., that's made from sand. We should be leading the world in cement. We got the lime. We got the limestone. We got the sand. We got everything we need. Why isn't the world buying sand from us? Why aren't they buying cement from us? Why aren't they getting salt from us? We could be the leader of salt in the world. Everyone uses salt every single day. Either you eat it or you drink it. Everything you drink or eat got sodium in it. All right? Yes, the place was no. So there is so much potential, all right, in what could be done and what we could do. But the problem is not that the country is broke. Like Sam Walton, who created Walmart, said, the money is not the problem, vision is the problem. All right? So let me take another call. And any one of our candidates who are here and you want to come up on stage with me, please do so. Y'all share that seat right there. All right? Anyone who wants to come up, you can be a part of the conversation. All right, so let's go to the phone lines. Caller, you live. Go ahead.
All right, a pleasant good evening, Mr. Ben. How are you?
Awesome.
Great. I have a two-part question for you because I would like to definitely hear your feedback on what's happening right now in the Middle East and how is that going to affect us. I'm understanding that the gas prices with the war and all of this, how does that affect us, and what is your solution to counteract this if you were in the position as the president? And then I have a second question. You can answer
Okay.
that first one.
Yeah, man, of course. And so what's happening in the Middle East right now is the burgeoning of a World War III potential if other persons choose or have a reason to jump in. All right? And so it's going to depend on certain things whether that's going to turn into World War III. It's a regional war right now, which is very dangerous, but it could jump into something bigger because of what's at stake. So you talked about the gas prices, etc. Gas prices is going to affect our economy because it's going to raise the price of oil. Now, when I say that, I mean the war is going to raise the price of oil, which will raise the price of gas. Shipping needs fuel, all right? And that's gas, diesel, every other type of fuel. Shipping needs fuel. And so in order to move products, it's going to be more expensive to do so. So it's going to be more expensive for Super Value to get their stuff from the dock to their warehouse. It's going to be more expensive to get the stuff from the warehouse to their store. And so they're going to put that price in the product, all right? If fuel is more expensive, electricity is going to be more expensive because we're dependent on that. If electricity goes up, the fuel cost of electricity goes up, which we have experienced already, Super Value is going to put that price in the food. And so you're going to pay for that in your apple, in your biscuit, in your rice, in your grits. All right? And so that's how it's going to affect us. That's a major way that it's going to affect us. And we have to be ready to blunt that cost. And this is one of the reasons that we as a nation should be feeding ourselves. That's the first thing. All right? Now, if I were a prime minister, I would not be worrying about the price of oil going up. I heard the FNM talking about they had a hedge in place. So a hedge means that you buy a bulk order, or you promise to buy a bulk order, and so you will pay your oil at that level for a certain period of time. So if it goes up during that period of time, you save money. But if it goes down during that period of time, you lose money. So that's a hedge. So you could win or lose. And the FNM and them are talking about that, but oil prices actually went down since they were talking about that hedge. All right, it's now going up because of this war. But they know Bahamians don't really know what's going on, so they're just gonna say anything. It went down for a period, I should say. All right? Now, let me tell you why the COI government would not be having these worries. Because I am a certified trader. I'm certified to trade in commodities, Forex, that kind of stuff. I love to observe stocks and that kind of stuff. From the war started, the first thing I would have said was, it's time to buy oil. So if you have a sovereign wealth fund or government budget for trading, and you see Trump is picking fights, then you say, hey, if he touches the Middle East, if he touches it, oil is going to go up. So if oil is at $50 when the trouble starts, and you take $1 billion and you buy oil as a commodity, right? And you buy oil, guess what? In one night, boom, that turns into $2 billion because it goes to 100. You see? Just like that, you got free money. And you can use that free money to subsidize the fuel industry, the cost of fuel in this country. You see? This is a kind of knowledge that the poet doesn't have and Brave doesn't have. all right? But I have international experience. I was in the manufacturing business manufacturing medical supplies and shoes. And the first thing I had to worry about was the price of oil. I had to watch it all the time. You know why? Because those supplies, plastics, are made from crude oil. And so if the price of oil goes up, the price of your product is going to go up. So I had to watch that. That's experience that I have. You understand? And so this is the next part of how it's going to affect us. It's going to cause the products you use every day, the price of them is going to go up, not just from shipping them, moving them, and the fuel costs, but the material is going to be more expensive for them. The mask that you use when you have asthma in the hospital, the needle that you use, all the plastics that you're using, crude oil is used for a lot of these products. Go and Google the different products that is made from crude oil. It will blow your mind. And that's going to cause the price of everything to go up. So when the price of a barrel of oil goes up, that's not just about fuel, because they make thousands of products that you use every day from crude oil. And so that's how serious this is. All right? But Caterpillar is a famous company. They do tractors, etc. Right? And so Caterpillar was having problems, financial problems, serious financial problems, and they were running out of money. And one of their executives he makes money from trading, so he said, why don't we use some of the profits that we have left, that we do have, and trade it? They made billions of dollars from trading on the markets. And now trading is a part of how they make money, how they make profit. So when you look at their declaration, a part of it is trading. That saved their company. Not selling tractors, but the money they made from trading. And so a lot of companies started to do the same thing. And countries started to do the same thing. But see, they don't educate us about financial matters because they want us to stay poor. They don't want us to see on this level. But the wealthy make money from trading. That's how they make money, not from selling a product. All right? And so your company is actually not valuable in America until you trade it on the stock market, have an IPO. All right? And so during the lockdowns, while other countries were borrowing like crazy, Norway made about $250 to $280 billion. Not selling a dollar of oil. They made that from trading with their sovereign wealth fund. That's free money. They said, okay, we could be locked down, so companies that have cheap stuff, they're going to go up, so let's buy that. Companies that are transporting stuff like Uber or whatever, let's buy into those things. Jewelry stuff, we're not going to fool with that because people won't have that extra money. And so Amazon, let's buy Amazon because everyone's going to be using it. And that's what they did. They made $280 billion from nowhere. And so while other countries was borrowing and begging, they didn't even flinch. And so you talked about one of the things that we can do. We are going to, of course, with experts, and of course you've seen me interview an expert from Merrill Lynch on one of my lives to talk about this kind of stuff. We're going to be ready to start doing something with our money as a people. Investing our money as a people with the sovereign wealth fund so that we can move to the next level, and it can buttress us from all of this. Last thing I want to say on that, I know it's a long answer, but I think we need to have these kinds of conversations, and people don't really ask me these kinds of questions. I guess they don't think I know about it. There's very little you could ask me, but I have a lot of life experience. There's very little you could ask me about it I don't know from an experience standpoint. The next thing is the stock market crashed when the war started. Y'all notice that? But I can guarantee you one thing, the net worth of a lot of wealthy people skyrocketed. Can anyone tell me why? Someone said, because everything going up. She said, say they invested in what? She said they invested when the stock market crashed. That's a half answer. Let me tell you how this works. In trading, you make money when the market goes up or when it goes down. You have to say that it's going up in order to make money when it goes up. All right? That's called buying. And you can make money when it goes down, which is called selling. All right? Or it's called shorting the market. All right? Shorting the market means that you short sell, meaning that you're saying that the market is going to go down. All right? Or the company or whatever you invest in is going to go down. Most of the big investors who made big money, like Ray Dalio, Warren Buffett, and these kind of guys, they made money when it went down. Because it's easier to predict when something is going to go down than when it goes up. So if you know that Trump is picking a fight and the market is going to go down, then what do? You sell. You sell. All right? You're buying, but they call it selling. All right? I know it's confusing. All right? You're buying the stocks, but you're short selling it. And so anyone who is smart would have made a lot of money by saying, oh, Trump picking a fight? Oh, yeah, short the markets because it's going to go down. So you notice the big business people aren't crying because the market went down. You see them crying? You see them saying, Trump, stop, stop, stop. No, they're saying, go, Trump, go, go. These are the conversations that our politicians don't have. They can't have it. All right? And so that's why we're having class today. And so with these kinds of things, our country can make additional revenue, additional funding through our sovereign wealth fund. It's not the country itself that's going to do it. You'll have, and it won't be the government running none of this stuff that I'm saying. You won't have any government hands. It'll be run privately by professionals, real professionals, who can get this stuff done. All right, just to be clear. And so the market going down shouldn't affect us if we have a wise government. We saw an example of this in the Bible story of Joseph. The market was going to be up, and then it was going to go down. When they made the money? When the market went down. Because during the 7 good years, they stockpiled, and then during the 7 bad years, they sold to everyone else. All right? And so that's an example of how a wise and smart government would know how to do this. The markets crash every 7 to 10 years. Every 7 to 10 years, the economies crash. And it's man-made, actually. If you look at the cycle, if you go down I'll start from 1992, but you can do this back to history. In 1992, the market, there was a recession, all right? The Iraq War caused a recession. They thought it was going to be World War III. In 2002, there was another recession. 9/11 caused that, all right? Shortly after that, well, it was 2001, but shortly after that, there was, and the first one was 91, not 92, and then the crash was 2001 with 9/11. And then shortly after that, in 2008, 7 years later, after 2001, there was the start of the Great Recession, all right? And that was because of the housing and the stuff that they did, the bubble that happened. And so that's how this worked. And so everyone who knows trading, etc., should have expected that if in 2008, and it extended to 2010, right? That's how long it lasted. So by 2020, something else man-made should have come up to cause another break in the economies. And so COVID came up, and in 2020, it broke the economy again. And so either 7 years from then or 10 years from then, something else man-made is going to come up to cause another break. And it cleanses the economies, and it causes those who broke and trying to get up, it crashes them and causes them to go back down. All right, and it keeps whoever is up. And whoever has cash at the time, like in the Joseph thing, whoever has it, they are the ones who are going to continue. China sat down waiting. And they waited for the Great Recession and they waited for the 2020 because they had all the cash. And they rose because of understanding this flow. When the COI gets in, you're going to have a government that understands this flow and understands how to benefit from what's going on. Lord, I gave you the longest answer to a short question in the history of the world. But I think Bahamians need to understand that, because Bahamians only hear us talking about certain things. They say we focus on immigration, we focus on natural resources, etc., but they've never heard us have these sophisticated conversations. Obviously, I'm traveling around the world. I'm dealing with business people from all around the world, and I have a lot of experience, more experience than any prime minister, first-time prime minister in the history of this country. That means outside of politics. You know, some of them get their little experience in politics, but in terms of real-life experience, I have more experience than all of them combined. So I'll take your second question.
Thank you, Mr. Bean, for that answer. That's very, very, very informative. My next question is, persons here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas have started to get into trading. Persons like myself and a lot of others are having major issues with actually depositing some of the monies that they get through cryptocurrency. And the banks now, they're so inadequate. They don't have enough monies in the ATM, or they are giving persons a lot of the runaround. My question to you is this. Are you interested in us having our own cryptocurrency blockchain for us to utilize our cryptocurrency? And if we are, how is it that we can move forward with the way that our banking system is operating?
Great question. I've been meeting with persons in the crypto area, and we definitely have plans to transform the Bahamas into the crypto capital of the world. And we have the professionals ready. I've had meetings with, powerful people from powerful companies that would actually blow your mind. And they want this to be the crypto capital of the world. It has so much potential. El Salvador did it. They transformed their nation. They allowed Bitcoin to become a actual, real, acceptable currency. And so that changed the game for them. We're going to do the same thing, but we are also going to have our own cryptocurrency that's going to be backed by our natural resources, and it's going to be mined using solar power, ocean power, etc. A lot of people don't understand what crypto mining is, but that's how crypto is created. And China dominated initially because they had all of these alternative energy sources, because the servers take a lot of energy to make it profitable in your mining the crypto and creating it. So we're going to do the same thing. And I think that we're going to have the greatest crypto in the world, because it's actually going to be backed by a country. All right, not just by some people who you don't know who really owns it. It's going to be backed by an entire nation and regulated and properly dealt with. And when I say regulated, I don't mean interfered with. I mean because it's decentralization is what the power of crypto. And so, but we're going to make sure that we have a government that can back this to make sure that this thing remains a success. And we want to have the first real stable one. They have things called stable coins, but they're not really stable, but the first real stable one that persons can trade, etc. And so we want crypto ATMs all over the Bahamas. Yeah. And as a part of us nationalizing Bank of the Bahamas, that's going to be a crypto bank. And so We're going to use the licenses that Bank of Bahamas already have, including an international license, to be able to get in the crypto game like FTX did and like Cash App and all of them did. We're going to do it, but with the power of a whole nation behind it. And so those companies made billions. We're going to make much more than that because ours is going to be trusted and it's going to be backed, not just by resources, but backed by an entire nation. And so that's going to change the game. And so now, you know, your American friends, et cetera, they can have Cash App and they can send each other money and spend and have a card connected to it. That's what we're going to have. All right? And that's an easy way that we can deposit your benefits from your natural resources into your wallet, and you can do what you want with it. All right? Now, there's some people who say that, I think the call is gone. There's some people who say that it's going to cause inflation if everyone gets benefits from the natural resources. They keep harping on this $100,000 thing that the PLP created, not us. But they just don't know how to deliver it, or they don't want to deliver it. But inflation won't happen because we're going to be trading in dollars, in US dollars. And there's nothing that can happen in our economy that can affect the price of the US dollar. And so one of the things I am saying that we want to do is dollarize our economy. You will see that the Turks and Caicos does it. They trade in US dollars, and others have done it. And if we trade in dollars and trade our natural resources, everything in dollars, what we do can affect the dollar. You see, it can affect your local currency. They had something called Dutch disease, where countries found oil, and then because of the benefits from the oil and getting rich so fast, it caused massive inflation. But we won't have massive inflation because we're going to dollarize. And so whether we find we don't necessarily want to touch the oil, but the natural gas we can touch because that's safe, or whatever else we do, we won't have the general effect of inflation because we already use the US dollar as our currency. The Bahamian dollar is monopoly money. Let me make this clear for you. Our politicians use it to make themselves feel good, but you cannot go to Miami in the airport and you see the exchange, where they do the exchange in the money. If you give them Bahamian dollars, they can tell you that's monopoly money. You can't exchange that anywhere in the world. It's not real money. It can only be spent in the Bahamas, and only in the Bahamas. So they could say that the same on par with the US dollar as much as they want. It is not. All right? And so it's monopoly money. And so why waste time by saying that we shouldn't benefit from our natural resources because it's going to cause the monopoly money value to go up when the monopoly money can only be spent in the Bahamas? So how the value going up? All right? So that's what we have to consider, and these are the kind of things we need to consider. All right? But that was a very good question, and it took us off from Grand Bahama, but I think it was worth having that conversation over there. So that was an intelligent question. Thank you so much for that. 803-5995. Man, all these thousands of people on here, you know, one call in. 803-5995 is the number. And anyone here who wants to say something, you can do that. So we can go back to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, or we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right? So 803-5995. All right? So 803-5995. All right, so back to Grand Bahama. I'm going to be talking more about this at our town hall meeting in Grand Bahama, which is going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. And that's, you know, I'm glad that the church did that. I thank them for their leadership in doing that, calling the leaders of the country to do that. Now, that's kind of a debate. But they have us on separate days, on separate weeks to do it. But I think that we need to get to the maturity level in this country where the leaders of the political parties are able to debate their vision, to let the people know their vision, their stance on certain things, And yeah, I mean, I was so proud of Jamaica. They had debates. They had a series of debates. All right, they talked. They asked them about what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it. They crunched the numbers. All right. Okay, we have another caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, you live. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes.
All right, I had a question, man. I've been doing some research on Wyoming's currency. Have you heard about goldback?
Yes.
All right, so what would be our plan in terms of, or is there any plans in terms of, I would say, adopting that kind of currency? Because, one of their gold-backed dollars worth like around about probably like $4.50 US dollar. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I understand what you consider the worth, but something is only worth what someone else would be willing to buy for it. But we need to invest in all of these currencies. There's nothing wrong with investing now. We're going to be hiring professionals to do this, so it's not for the government or me to determine what we invest in, but the professionals are going to look at that and say, okay, this is something good to invest in. This is a good commodity. This is a good currency, and they will determine what they invest in. Now they'll have limits to how much of our sovereign wealth fund they can invest, but whatever it is that we can make an increase from, that's what we're going to invest in. So there won't be, as far as I know, any limits, but the professionals who've been doing this all their life will benefit from this. Like the person that I had on my show, my live, a couple of years ago, who was from Ernest & Young and other companies, he made, billions of dollars for these investment firms. All right, and so they know how this thing works and how the market works. So on the face of it, everything is connected, all of the commodities. I want to help you understand this too. In trading, you want to be able to have indicators so you could know what to buy. Buying something new that you don't know how it moves the markets is not necessarily a good thing to trade in. Like they may say, oh, look at this new coin. Let's buy that new coin because it's going to go up. I don't necessarily do that. Certain things are connected. So Canada, the Canadian dollar, is linked to oil. So whenever oil prices go up, the Canadian dollar is going to go up. So if you trade in Forex and you see oil going up, you don't just buy oil, you buy the Canadian dollar. They're indicators. And so you can get an increase from both of them. So the Canadian dollar is going to go up, but you know it's going up because the oil is going up, not just because Canadian dollar is a good thing to buy. You use the indicator. So gold and the US dollar are opposite indicators. Whenever the US dollar is going down, gold goes up. All right? And vice versa. So they're indicators in trading. All right? And this is the sophisticated level that our country needs to go on. They've been doing it to a small level. I'm taking you into somewhere else with this, but I just want to let you know, in terms of what to buy, like you mentioned, go back, etc., you tie it to something. So if you see, whenever this happens, Bitcoins go up or down, now you have an educated, it's not a guess, but you have an educated indicator that you can use and say, okay, you see that happening? So I'm going to buy Bitcoin. You see? So US dollar is going down, hey, buy gold. US dollar going up, sell your gold. All right, so that's an example of what I'm saying. So yes, we'll be able to do all of these things, but the professionals who have that kind of experience that I just gave you, they're not just guessing.
Yes.
And there's two types of trading. You trade in fundamentals, which is what I do. Which means that you look at the market and you see certain things, so you know certain things are going to happen. So if Trump says war in the Middle East, then the price of oil is going up. All right, so you trade on the market. You see certain things happening. Apple is bringing out a new phone and it's revolutionary, you buy Apple. That's trading fundamentals. That's called the news. That's a nickname for it. And then it's technical analysis, which means that they read the charts and they know where the market is going based on the charts. So our country needs to now get into this on a big level. You remember when they talked about, and I exposed this, Ministem sold all of the foreign shares that they had with NIB. So they used NIB's money to buy shares, right? In certain companies like, for example, Google, etc. I did a whole live and I showed you the shares they bought and they were owning, but then they sold all of them for some reason. Just got rid of them. But they bought oligarch companies. They were not buy the company, but they bought shares and invested in things like Focal, things like Commonwealth Brewery. They seem to be redirecting monies to their NIB monies to their own companies. So now what happened is Focal buys oil to sell to BPL, for example. But they got investments from NIB. So they're making free money. They're taking our NIB money, and notice what happened. Our NIB going up because of what they're doing. They take our NIB money, buy the fuel to sell to BPL, right? So they're making free money because they're in their money. Now, next, BPL borrows the money from NIB to buy the same fuel from Focal. And then we pay in the fuel surcharge to cover both of them.
Wow.
When we end these kinds of rings, then our country can move forward. You understand? And so that fuel surcharge, and the reason it's so big is because they're making the money from it. And so they are paying nothing. Nothing. BPL isn't paying for that oil. We pay in the fuel surcharge. They borrowed it and we paying it back because they added a fee that wasn't there before and making us pay for it. Do you see what's happening? And people want to vote for that. And the FNM and the PLP is benefiting from it.
Man, that's insane, man.
Yeah. So yes, we're going to invest back to what you're talking about. We're going to invest in a lot of things. And there's a lot of new things coming out, but we're not going to make, with our sovereign wealth fund money, we're not going to take any risky investment at all. It's going to be solid investments, all of them. All right? And so...
Yes. Most definitely, man.
Yeah, so no new
that.
cryptocurrencies, no funny companies with just formed and that kind of stuff. No, they're going to be smart, solid investments. And again, we have the professionals who know exactly how to get this stuff done. We're talking to people from all over the world. So everything we're talking to you about, we've been doing research, not just Googling. We've been traveling and meeting with the professionals in these areas. Some of them we allowed you to see. Some of them we don't want you to see yet because we don't want the PLP and FNM targeting them. But we are ready to govern from day one. Thanks for your call, man.
All right.
All right. That was the second longest answer to a short question. All right. 8035995 is the number. Let me be soon out of time. I don't even know how long I've been going. All right. 3? Okay, we got 1 hour more then. But say it again? You had a question? He had to win some case. They asked me if Brave Davis ever won any case. He was a lawyer. He had to win a case here or there, but his major cases that I saw, he lost. Like the last person killed on that row was his client. Last person killed on that row, executed. 90 was his client. Whenever he had those serious stuff, it would normally be a loss. Yeah. So And she's saying with, you know, the country still in place 50-something years. I want you to know that those people who've been leading our country, they know everything I've been saying to you. They know it. They know everything. They were lying to you. One of Finland's first speech was a speech about the natural resources, the white gold, the aragonite that was going to transfer and make all Bahamians wealthy. The oligarchs got to him and told him, don't touch that. You better shut up with that, leave that alone. And he left it alone. Never talked about aragonite again. Died and never talked about it. They want to keep Bahamians back. They want to keep us down. The best way for our entire nation to go up is to go up together, to pool our resources. What they want to do is they want to brag about getting some little token Bahamians to do something, working with them, and to say, see, Bahamians are in this, so it's a good thing. No. We want not just the clicks. We want the people to benefit, the way Dubai and Qatar and the rest of them did it. Not just a couple Bahamians. We want all of us to rise together. So, we got another call. Call you live, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Ben.
Go ahead.
So I was listening to the conversation with a caller you had regarding during a time of war, how it is going on and the effects it's having on oil. What would you do in leadership? And I just want to make sure I heard clear that you said that we would trade, right?
That's one of the things that we would do. We would, if you know that oil is going to move as a commodity, then you invest in it. And then you would have the benefits from it. And then you could use the return on investment, which could be instant, because just as you buy, you could sell. You could buy it this morning, and you could sell 2 minutes later, as soon as you've made that money. And you could use that to subsidize the industry for our people. So, for example, you can now say, okay, we made this amount of money from oil going up. We're going to take the fuel taxes down. So whereas on a gallon of fuel right now, the tax might be $3, we can say, okay, we can put that down to $1. And so, whatever the rise is at the pumps in the Bahamas, we can subsidize it to that amount by reducing the tax, and it's covered. Go ahead.
Now, my next question was, okay, so we can trade. I know you went on and talking about the interest in cryptocurrency. You talk about all that, so you begin to dream big in terms of what we can do when we're in the war, what we could do, and then what else we could do. So what about people who don't want to trade, don't want you to trade my money? What's our option? That's one.
I didn't say you are going to trade. I'm not talking about what individuals are going to do. I was talking about what the government can do as a government. All right?
Okay.
Our sovereign wealth fund can go into trading. All right? Our government can also do that. Like, remember, government took NIB money and they were trading it on the market. Then they stopped.
$100,000, you would still give us that, even though you're still trading some of our money. So we still get $100,000.
Bahamians are going to benefit from their natural resources. No one has to ask me that again. Listen, I'm answering your question, all right? Bahamians are going to benefit from their natural resources in direct payments to them. Direct. We say a check because it sounds good, but it's not going to be a check. It's going to be direct deposits to Bahamians' accounts from the return on investments.
No, but
and again, one more thing, caller. It's not just from the natural resources. It's from all of the industries that we are going into. All right? So some people might doubt that you can sell enough sand or whatever, but guess what? You know that cruise industry is a big industry. Shipping industry is a big industry. We're going into different industries, and these companies are going to be owned by the Bahamian people, and they're going to get returns on their investment for the different things that we're going into. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. Okay, so okay, I get it. So I get some money from the investment from the $100,000 going to come from the trading of the natural resources. I get that.
Not just to trade
Okay.
in the natural resources, but other companies also that we are going into, like Dubai and Qatar did in this other country. Return on all of these investments. And if the sovereign wealth fund is investing our money into, for example, right now they could have invested in the crude oil, and when the price goes up, we would have made a lot of money. The return on investment goes, a part of it goes to the Bahamian people. Not all of it, but a part of it goes to the Bahamian people,
So
and
you
a part
okay?
goes
So
to infrastructure and other things that we
I'll
need
be
to build
clear.
our country.
So the sovereign wealth fund have money in it, is what you're saying, and then you could take the money of the sovereign wealth fund, invest it in the businesses and different trading programs for us, and then whatever we make or the return on these investments is then we can see the money. Is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what all sovereign wealth funds
So
do,
could I
Kareem.
just get my sovereign wealth? So if the money is there in the sovereign wealth fund, could I just get my $100,000 up front one time and don't be a part of the trading thing?
Say that one more time.
I'm saying if you're saying the money is in the sovereign wealth fund, and I'm saying to you as a citizen, could I then access my money or the sovereign wealth fund before you trade it and do what you want to do with it? You have
No, sovereign
$100,000 for
wealth
me.
funds are not intended to work that way. Sovereign wealth funds have a principal amount of money, all right, and that money is invested. A part of that is invested, and monies are made from the investment. And so once the money, like you heard me say, Norway made $280 billion from investing with their sovereign wealth fund money. So now that's the return on investment. The original principal, which is now $1.4 billion or 1.5, is never touched. All right? You don't give people from it. And the reason Norway had to do that is because their population is too big.
Okay.
They have millions of people, so they can't give everyone a check. All right? But other countries like Dubai, Qatar, etc., their population is about 300,000 citizens. Even though it's 3 million people in the country, only the citizens get the benefits. So they can give more benefits. We have 200,000 adults. And so we can do better for our people, and everyone
This is
can
my
actually
last question.
benefit. Go
This is
ahead,
my last
Kareem.
question to you.
This is Kareem Hanchil, y'all.
No, this is my last question is, okay, I see you talk about decentralizing decentralizing money in terms of taking it from the central banks more to
No,
the
no,
top.
no, no, no. Don't mistake that. I'm not saying that at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
We will still have money. It will still monies and the financial market will still be controlled by central bank, etc. No, we're not decentralizing that. We're saying
Okay.
that cryptocurrency is decentralized currency, which means that
Okay.
you don't have an intermediary, a bank that you have to go through. You can deal directly with your money.
And then could you then share a little bit more, a little bit about your plan about agriculture and energy, please, in terms of during a war, how would you be able to subsidize and to allow us to gain relief versus increases? Thank you,
All
sir.
right. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, so he asks about agriculture during war, et cetera, et cetera. We won't build up agriculture for war. We could build up agriculture because you need to feed yourself. So that when a war comes, it won't affect you. All right? And so that's how this works. We have 700 islands, over 2,000 keys, and we are in 2 temperature zones. We are going to build up agriculture. We're going to do that. That's a guarantee. And so we're going to make that happen. And so we've already started to issue plans. Now we're going to do that. I don't have much time left to go into all of that. And with energy, we're going solar, hydro, and all that kind of stuff. Now, there are people who are asking me about, whether you side with America, whether you side with China, or who do you side with, et cetera, et cetera. People started to ask me that after they saw us meet with Western nations, Britain, America, whoever else. They reached out to us. We didn't reach out to them. First and foremost, I guess they see something in us, and so I'll leave that there. But they're asking, whose side do you take in terms of what's happening with America and that kind of stuff, China, et cetera, et cetera. Let me make this clear to all of you. the side I take is the Bahamian side. First and foremost, what benefits the Bahamas. And so that's the side I take. Now, because they talked about the Bahamas going to CARICOM and they're gonna vote with Cuba and vote for Cuba, etc. Hold the line, call. I'll be right with you. Just give me 1 sec. Now, I want to make you understand something about this China argument, etc., etc. If there's a hurricane in China, that don't necessarily directly affect us. If China goes to war with Taiwan, that don't necessarily directly offend us. Any war could affect the markets, right? But if a hurricane hits America, that affects us. If Florida get hit right now, we can't eat. So let me make this clear. Whether I like you or not, if I'm in the car with you and someone starts shooting a gun at you, I gotta defend the two of us. If I drive in the car, I gotta take actions to protect you because you're in the car with me. If I in the car and someone starts shooting at you and you drive in the car, buddy, I shooting at them. And so we happen to be in the car with America. America is right there. And we're dependent on them. And so if you talk about having to side with some country on the next side of the world, I know one thing. America right there. And if they are crushed, we are crushed. Because our politicians up to this point have not made us interdependent. Independence is garbage. Interdependence, which means countries need countries. The reason America and China is not fighting is because they need each other. All right? But in terms of understanding my thinking with that, listen, they are in the car with us. You understand that? And so I don't think I could explain that any better than that. So don't ask me about Iran and China and Russia and all these other people. I'm not in the car with them. And so that's kind of where my thinking is. It's not about whether I like you or not. I understand what's the benefits for my people. Now, they feel we should side with Cuba for this reason or that. They say Cuba provided us nurses and teachers, etc. They did not provide us anything. We paid for that. We paid for that. All right? And so they didn't give us any charity as it relates to that. And so let's not get that twisted. All right? So this government that is getting chummy with all these funny countries, no, my brother. All right? I'm in the Bahamas. And I happen to be in the car with America and Turks and Caicos. Caller, you're live.
Good day, Mr. Ben.
Good day.
I live in the Marathon constituency.
Yeah.
And I don't see none of your candidates running up in this area, man. This campaign more than your MPs them ain't trying to get on the road, but I don't want to lose this fight with the FNM and PLP. We got to start doing this. That just so that your MPs them start moving, please, man. Tell them.
Thank you.
Even if they just want to see their face, just come around. You can't do the same thing with PLP and FNMs keep doing to the people. Walk around, show your face.
All right, let me help you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me help you understand how this works, my brother. I'm in Pinewood. I can't speak for every individual, but I'm in Pinewood, and I have 52 corners in Pinewood, 52 streets. If I do one a week, that takes me a year. Normally when you go out in one evening, you only could get one corner done because people want to talk. You know, you can't just walk straight to the corner. And while I'm in one side of Pinewood, the people in the other side of Pinewood don't know I'm there, so they don't think I'm there. because I don't post every time I go. But I've been walking. Be patient, they'll get there. I can tell you that the candidate in marathon has been walking from last year at least. And he is there almost, he has been there almost on a daily basis. And I think right now he is there on a daily basis. He walks every day, right? Yeah, he walks 5 days. Sorry, he walks 5 days a week, okay? So some people in here who walk with him, they're actually here. So eventually he'll get to your house. But listen, this ain't just about, because it's difficult to see 5 to 7,000 people in a short period of time. Yeah, and so
Even if he have a town, I don't see no headquarters, office, no nothing there.
in Marathon, yeah, all of them are working on their headquarters, etc. But like I said, you're gonna see them. All of them are working right now. All of them are walking, but it takes time to get through all of the constituency in a meaningful way.
I ready to give my donation to the party.
Thank you.
Want PLP to win.
Amen.
We can't do this no more.
Amen.
The same way Sir Lyndon Penn leave this country, it's the same way it's still going on with this country.
Yes.
So we need a change, sir. And you're the only one with making sense in this country right now. The rest
Thank
of them,
you.
I don't know what people want to bother with Michael Pinter, because he's the same thing as PLP, and he's the same thing. We have the biggest problem in our
All right.
country. One more thing, sir.
No rush. Go ahead.
Our biggest problem in our country, the people like to say Bahamians don't like to work. But everybody knows common sense is cheaper labor that they're trying to put on everybody. All the food stores, all the stores is just cheaper labor. We need to do something with the immigration problem. All the construction site, I'm a contractor, and only people working is foreigners. The Bahamian people stop working. I don't know for what reason. Maybe because it's really cheap labor. Could you address that part of it for me, sir? The cheap labor and what we're going to do with these immigrants in this country, sir?
I'll address that, but one of the persons who campaigns in Marathon is here. She just wants to address you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, sir. How are you?
Talk straight in the mic.
Great. I can hear you.
Yes, listen, tell me where in Marathon do you live?
Up and down Norwich Estate.
Oh, my Lord, mister, I don't been up there, and listen, yeah, I raggy down Norwich Estate, but guess what?
So we get but 40 people in one corner and everybody pulling for you or whoever coming in this area. I don't care who it is. I just can't sense the want no PLP back in this neighborhood.
And listen, that was exactly the first response we got when we walked through. We have already walked the whole marathon. Okay, we already walked the whole marathon, and this is our second lap. And right now, we are where are we right now? We on Village Road. What you call that now? Burnett. Yeah. We almost in Burnett Road, but listen here, be still, because I come and tell me, listen here, if you want to give me a number, I can give you a call, and I'll come to you tomorrow.
You ain't got to worry about this. You ain't got to worry about this vote. This vote is secure. This one's secure. We have to worry about the other set of people who we need to get over to get away from the FNM and PLP.
Listen here, on a scale from 1 to 10, the response we got in Marathon, on a scale from 1 to 10, we're looking at 9.5.
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah.
You get mine. Zero ifs and no buts about that. I all the way with anybody who running with Mr. Lincoln being, I down with him because it's time for a change. The country need to go forward.
Listen, I met a 92-year-old man on Friday, and you know they ain't had to change.
Right.
And that man said to us, him and his whole family was in the house. And they were so happy to see us. We doing it. And that gentleman said to us, Mister, say you think with all of these different people we see around here, say you think we can let them get back in? Say you think they would change the July 10th from us? Say, I don't want that to happen. We got to go to the poll and vote for Mr. Lincoln Bean and the COI.
We have to. We cannot do this over and over again. Like we ain't got no sense Bahamian people. It's like we ain't got no sense voting PLP and FNM, but they're playing games with us. The
Trust me,
country is
they
not
catch.
moving forward.
Their eyes are open. Their eyes are wide open. And trust me, it's gonna be a great surprise. You just
And
hold tight.
one more thing
We
to
coming to
Mr.
you.
Bain. One more thing to Mr. Bain.
Okay,
I
thank
like how
you.
they talking all the items what Mr. Bain was speaking about. They want to bring it forward now. So it tells you he is really on track with what was going on. He is really hip to the country, what the country really needs.
All right, thanks for your call, caller. I'll answer your question about the immigration and what's going on with that right
You're the
now.
best, Mr. Ben. I don't care what. I all the way with you, sir. I don't care. And I 72 years old. I going with you.
Wow, well, you sound so young.
Yeah, I gotta keep myself right.
All right, thank you, man. So he asks a question. He asks a question about the fact that all of the jobs are going to the foreigners. Bahamians can't get jobs, etc. This is what usually happens when you have a lot of unchecked immigration. Eventually, they're going to be the persons they're going to start out as cheap labor, and then they're going to take over. This happens on a world scale, you know. And so Britain used America as cheap labor and slaves and et cetera. Everything was going on there. They used them, but eventually America became the superpower. China was used as cheap, almost slave labor for a long time, and now China is a superpower. If you let the people come in and they have all the jobs and all the opportunities, they are eventually gonna have all the jobs and opportunities, and they're going to take over. And so, yeah, eventually they're gonna take over. All right, and so that's what's happening in the Bahamas. And now the foreigners are bragging that they have all the money. They're bragging that they're buying houses cash. They're doing it all over New Providence now. They're buying the houses cash. And you can't afford the houses because they're not going to rent to you. So those houses are coming off the market. That's why you're paying $1,500 for one bedroom. All right, and that's in a low-end area. The Bahamian public knows one thing. The COI is going to fix this. And so there are some people out there saying the immigration thing is so bad, you gotta vote. You gotta vote the PLP out and put the FNM in. The FNM is worse. Like, I don't understand what their psychology is. It doesn't make sense. Some of them are saying a vote for the COI is a vote for the PLP. Are you crazy? A vote for the FNM is a vote for the PLP. A vote for the PLP is a vote for the FNM. And so Bahamians need to wake up and stop getting swing every time. I heard someone say, oh, it's so bad. The PLP just got to go, man. Let's just get rid of them. Don't worry about no COI this time. The PLP just got to go. But isn't that what we just said about Minas? Before that, didn't we say that about Christie? We keep doing that, and we get no better. So you could put Pintard there? Think about that. Pintard? A puppet for the oligarchs? Let's go to phone lines. Caller, you live. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, caller, you live. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I don't know. I'm not sure whether or not you heard what the last caller said, the gentleman. He mentioned that all of the ideas that you have and the vision that you have, and you were telling the people, the two parties are now telling it to their constituents and their people. I think you missed that. That went over your head.
Yes, it did, because it was loud in the studio, so I couldn't hear him at the one part.
Yeah, he said apparently what you have been telling the people are true because now they're seeing it. They going right back over the same things that you're saying. The other two parties now are making plans or acting as if this is what their plans are, when originally it came from you.
Yeah. Well, they realize that the people are resonating with what they're hearing me say, and so they're trying to repeat it, even though they're not going to execute it. They're not going to do it, you know, and so they're going to water it down. And so I heard Chester Cooper on a show talking the other day, and he is talking about how we're gonna benefit from tourism and how we give grants to the people to do their little. It's a lie. Why didn't you do it over this 5 years? You know, they just hearing what they hear me say, and they're going shopping with it. Pintard is doing the exact same thing. And so, but the people realize it. And what it's doing is it's legitimizing us. Because people realize, hold on, if they are copying Lincoln, why don't we just put Lincoln in?
Wow.
Because like Dr. Miles always says, the copy can never be as good as the original.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
you know
so
what is so
one
sad
of the
to say?
reasons people say, why do you put your ideas out there? I put some of them out there, and I only put a certain amount of it. I don't put how to execute it out there. But I put it out there because when they come and repeat me and repeat what I'm saying, they, who you've been trusting, they are showing you that you should be listening to me. They're showing that what I am saying is doable because now they're just repeating what they heard me say. But the problem is they don't know how to get it done. We know how to get it done.
There you go. There you go.
All right, thanks for your call.
You're welcome.
All right. Like I say, we're talking to the experts, we're getting experience, and I have a lot of life experience that people don't know or understand. And much. She said I look better than them. So she ain't safe. She said I'm smarter. Call you live, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Bean. How you doing?
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, I've been listening to the live, and the guy who just said that the other parties are copying you, right? I just want to say, the FNM was campaigning in my area the other day.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me the little booklet thing to show their ideas and their plans, right?
Yes.
So I said, man, I'm a 35-year-old man, and it's the same thing I've been seeing from 1994 when I was a kid. I see all of the other thing plan, like for the Bahamas or whatever. So one guy was like, oh yeah, if our candidate get in, she could be she'll be a minister. So that means now whatever money Abaco make, we'll keep half of it. Keep half of it here. He's like, hold on, that sounds like Mr. Bean idea. He been this place for what 4 or 5 years now. Don't know Mr. Bean following the pin time. I said no. I know better. And in any event, I end up asking if they can let us benefit from our natural resources and everything. So they just keep saying, man, just let us get in. We can show you. We can fix the road. Light. I say, we put air but no road. We don't have no air about benefit our natural resources. What y'all gonna do? And that costs on. They jump and they can't on.
yeah, that's mini me, Michael Pintard. Mini me.
And one thing, right? This is one question I get.
Yes.
I'm screen recording the live, okay? So when you want to screen recording this and send it to us, the check for the woman, did she ever cash the check?
No check has been cashed up to this time. I went to.
I hope.
Yeah, I went to court on the 12th to address some things, but the registrar has put kind of a muzzle on the whole thing, and so I'm going to leave it there. I could say that the lawyers are being professional at this time, as far as I know. The other side's lawyer has been professional up to this time. I don't know what else is going to happen moving forward, but they've been professional up to this time. But again, I say to the public, and this is all I can say about that, that's a private business matter. No one accuse anyone of stealing anything from anyone. That's an investment, and investments go bad. The place burned down, and that's what we were left with. I'm sorry that everyone was hurt in that whole thing, including other investors, but that's a private thing. And so if that's all they have on me, then I feel good. All right?
Good.
All right, that's all they have.
I just hope that other people because you have some people who come in your life with ill intentions. So some people come and then just watch a little piece and then they'll go and say, oh, Lincoln, and he was talking about it, he didn't answer the right question. That's why it was so...
Okay. Awesome. But I'll tell you this. You can't compare me to Philip Brave Davis. Because Philip Brave Davis has, I mean, his record is horrible. Michael Pintard's record is also horrible, because I will tell you one thing. That murder for hire situation, he should not be hired by the Bahamian people right now, getting paid from us. In any serious, legitimate country, Michael Pintard could not be the leader of any political party. That's not an investment deal gone bad. That's a man who was a senator at the time and the chairman of a political party sitting with murderers. On tape, they're telling him that they murdered people. Also on tape, they're saying that they were paid to murder some more people. And in the midst of all that, he said, okay, I'm going to give you $500,000 each for this, whatever the situation is. And what is that? Money laundering? What is that? That's murder for hire? What is that? What is this $500,000 each for? And so that's a serious problem, and in no other country would that have been allowed to happen, but only in the Bahamas would this kind of stuff be allowed. And if the only thing that they have on me is that me and some other people invested in the business and it burned down, and they say I should pay them back personally, and I challenge it, if that's all you got on me, then okay, so be it. I'll take that. They ain't say I thief $1 from the company. They ain't say I rip off BEC or customs, or they can't bring up nothing. They, the government, they have all the files. They can see everything. They can't tell you I owe this or owe that, NIB, whatever. How come they can't say none of that stuff?
Or smuggling drugs.
Yeah. They can't say that I smuggle in 200 kilos of drugs or my boat being used for it. Well, you know what? I think we need to talk about that for a second. I think you need to screen record what I'm about to say. All right. Oh, Lord, phone ringing off the hook now. Caller, hold the line for a sec, please. We got some house cleaning to do. I want you to understand that Marvin Dames is pretending to not know nothing about this drug thing on the boat that is in his name. I have all the documents, all right? All the documents on the boat is in his name, et cetera, et cetera. Marvin Dames is playing possum. He's playing pretend. That situation where the police officers and defense force officers and others were arrested and they were on trial, one has already been convicted. I want you to understand something very serious about that went over people's head. They said that the officer claimed that $2 million was paid to someone in government. I want you to know that investigation, that particular investigation, because it really started before that with another man called Roker. But that investigation, you are listening? Started in May of 2021. Who was the Minister of National Security? Marvin Dames. So that's the first little... Marvin, you was Minister of National Security when that started. And so now you're hearing about this situation. The reason that despite this situation, the FNM cannot tell Marvin to sit down is because Pintard and them was desperate for money. All right? That's why they couldn't do certain things. And I am told that a lady, a foreign lady who lives in the Bahamas, who Marvin Dames had also taken to see the feds, and she had talked about Sabas and Adrian, the stuff that's in there, that she gave money to the FNM a few months ago. And so the FNM got this little boost from the money she gave, and so now they can't get rid of Marvin. So ain't nothing they could do. And that's why Marvin have all this hard mouth, because he's getting the money from this woman. I know her name, but I ain't going to call her name. All right? Y'all go look in the files and y'all will see exactly who she is. All right? And so, well, we ain't saying she do nothing wrong. We're just saying she gave money to FNM. So her name is Karen Silverman. All right? And and her and Marvin are very, very close. Very, 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 very close. All right? And so instead of them dealing with Marvin, they can't because that's the kind of corruption. You had the same corrupt mindset, I mean. You had the same kind of situation where when Pintard got caught up in the murder for hire situation, Minnis had to still let him run because Pintard's connect was Fred Smith and Louis Bacon. So Louis Bacon was pumping money into the FNM through Fred Smith. And it was happening through Pintard, who was the connect. All right? And so even though Pintard did whatever he did, they still had to let him run. They couldn't really get rid of him because the money, what they needed, was flowing. And so they just needed to survive. All right? And so I want you all to wake up and see what's going on in this country. All right? And so always watch the money. And then you'll understand what's going on. All right? Watch the money. Let's go to the phone lines. I think we lost that one. Oh, call you live.
Hello, hey, good night.
Good night.
Yes, this is Brian Road, the COI candidate for Golden Isles.
Hey, Brian. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Just to piggyback on that previous caller who spoke about needing a door hanger on his door. Well, when I came home the other day, I met a door hanger from the FNM on my door, and I'm just looking at it, like, it says one team, one mission. A new generation of FNM leaders is ready to work to make your life better by, 1, eliminating VAT on essentials and healthy food so you can keep more money in your pocket. I mean, isn't this just ridiculous? Weren't those the guys who implemented VAT?
Not implemented, increased it.
No, who took VAT higher? Now, number 2, investing in our future, building hundreds of new homes, training our youth, and growing new
Hold on,
industries.
before you go forward, also on that VAT thing, if you vote for the FNM, and I don't want no one crying if you let the FNM get in. If you vote for the FNM or the PLP, you're going to have income tax. And I'm preaching that to you. And if you don't listen, you're going to feel. Income tax is going to destroy what's left of the Bahamian people. We're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Yes, it says here, growing new industries. What new industries have they grown? Number 3, delivering.
Someone says cocaine.
Number 3, delivering world-class health care, no matter your income or island. I mean, these people really think Bahamians are really stupid. Number 4, supporting your business dreams, cutting the red tape, and modernizing government services. Like, really? Number 5, cracking down on crime and illegal immigration, making it safer for you to live, work, and raise a family. Wow. And the last one, exposing secret deals and corruption. No more wasting the people's time or dime. I mean, it's just sad that these people really take Bahamians for fools. Like, we are so illiterate that we cannot see and witness what's going on in our country. Now, being the candidate for Golden Isles, I am not having a conversation. Personally, for me, I would like to see a new fire station in the Southwestern District. I would like to see a nice clinic in the Southwestern District. I'd like to see another police station in the Southwestern District. It's alleged that the murder that we had in Adelaide, it's alleged that if that gentleman had gotten quick health care, he could have survived. I mean, in the Southwestern District, our communities doesn't even have fire hydrants. If your house was to catch a fire, first of all, it's going to take a while for the fire truck to get there. And then number 2, in most cases, the issue always is the lack of water. And these are the conversations that, those two parties, those two representatives for Golden Isles are not having. These are things, these are the core issues that where it really matters to our people.
Yeah.
And the people of Golden Isles, This is Brian Rule, associated with Coalition of Independents, with a leader like Mr. Lincoln Bain. We are visionary leaders. We are the ones who are going to take this country to the next level. And all we are looking for is your support, because we have to do this together. Like Mr. Bain said, it's all about inclusion also. Our Vision 2030 plan, it was left open so the citizens can, add to, come up with their suggestions and their ideas before we draft the final copy. So people, again, change isn't coming, change is already here. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your call, man. Appreciate that. Oh, the phone's still going. Call you live. Go ahead.
How you doing?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Ben. Hey, God bless you, number one. But listen here. I just got.
Turn on your TV. Turn on your TV.
You're right. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Or just don't listen to it. Just listen to the phone.
Right now, hey, Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
The guy who called you earlier was 72, right?
Yes.
And he sounded young to you, right?
Yes.
And I'm 71. I'm ready. I just, he's, I try to get the TV off, but
Don't worry about that.
I live with 4 cats, and they all over the place just doing foolishness, unplugging my thing. But I cut the TV off. Okay, what I want to ask you, right? What I want to ask you is this. This election coming up, right? The election's coming up. Somehow we can't stop the Haitians from voting. You agree with me?
No.
We can't stop them, right?
We can't stop them.
No, they're gonna vote, right? And they're gonna vote PLP. Okay. Sorry, what she said?
No, no, why? But I just talk. Just talk.
Don't say that. I mean, these are facts.
No, man. Just make the point. Just make the point.
Yeah, everybody is scared of this, man. They have us remember there are 12 million of them, and Philip Brave Davis is flying them in as we speak. They don't come on sloops no more. You understand that? This is what the Bahamians are afraid of. If it was a regular election, like every 5 years we go, we would win this. You would be the next prime minister. But right now, under these circumstances, we have these people flying in right now. There's a vote against me right now. Right now. Where I live. In Golden Isle, say, I'm here. What do we have to counteract these things? These come on. A guy can't even speak English. He can vote. It's been here last week. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
This is what I'm seeing out here. And can you speak to that out? We need Donald Trump to come in here and stop this foolishness.
You need who?
Donald Trump.
No, we don't need Donald Trump. I hear. We straight.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's all I want to hear. Because this election coming up, they say we are outnumbered. Are we?
We're not outnumbered yet in terms of citizenship. We're outnumbered in terms of them being here with legal papers, work permits mostly. But by the next election, we will be outnumbered. We're not outnumbered this time. But we will be outnumbered by next time.
I want to get off the phone right now because I just trying to put my mind at ease. So you're saying this election will be like a regular election?
No, some of them will vote. But I think that Bahamians are waking up and Bahamians are willing to put party aside to save this nation. Just like you. They say the older people are stuck in their ways. Look, a 71-year-old man called. You called, or 72, you're 71. And you're not stuck on the PLP and FNM. You understand the urgency. And I believe that many, many Bahamians understand the urgency, and they're going to vote out the PLP and the FNM.
Okay,
I believe that. I have faith in my Bahamian people that they understand the threat, and they are not going to vote for the annihilation of their children. And if they do vote for it, then you get what you deserve.
I fly into Miami.
I got to run, my brother.
No, but one more question.
Go ahead.
My God, while you're talking, I was listening, but I had a question in my mind. The situation is the same. We're going to vote just like, okay, here's my point. You know, we have 50% PLP. We have 50% FNM. That's the Bahamas, right?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, thank God. I thought it was because the Haitians come up, they can be the society vote. You see what I'm saying? If you got 50% over there, 50% over here, the Haitians show up, they will determine the direction of the Bahamas.
The Progressive Liberal Party got 34% of the vote of the registered voters in the last election. They do not have anywhere near 50% of the vote. They don't even have a mandate. All right, 34% is nothing. All right, and so if they had 50% of the vote, they would have gotten much more than they did. But I gotta run. All right. All right. All right, the phone's still ringing, but I can't take the more calls. We've been going for so long, and I'm curious to see what they cooking in the back there. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to make a serious stand. It's time for us to do something about this country. All right? So caller, I can't take any more calls. I think we've done it for the day. It's time for us to do something about this country. We got to stand up, and we're calling on you to unite. We're calling on all Bahamians to unite. Whether you're black Bahamian or white Bahamian, we're calling on you to unite, to make sure that this country does not go to the dogs, to make sure that we can have a better country for our children. We are going to empower you as a people. That's not a promise, it's a guarantee. You just got to vote for it. We're going to empower you, because that's how we're going to empower our family and our friends, not through corruption. We can empower everybody. Because when we empower you, the whole nation is going to be better. The whole nation is going to do better. Because you have something inside you that God sent you with for us. But in many instances, you can't do it because you're stuck on a job somewhere. You're stuck with debt. You can't do what that real gift that you have. And so we're going to change that. We're going to fix this country and get rid of the corruption. That's our promise to you. All you got to do is vote for change. Don't let them fool you with that old trick. They'll just swing hard to the FNM now and then swing back hard to the PLP, because every time they're so bad for the country that you say, oh, this one got to go. Just get rid of them. Don't vote for no one else. They just got to go. No, both of them got to go. Because both of them have failed us. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see real change, it's time. But all I can say to Philip Brave Davis, let's go, Brave. You know what to do. Ring the bell. And then come stand on the stage with me in a national debate. Let's hear what you could do for this country. Because what the PLP and the FNM has promised this country, they did not deliver. And we don't believe anything that they are saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for new Bahamas. It's time for Bahamas built from the people up, not from the foreigner up, not from the politician. It's time for a Bahamas built from the people. So, Philip Brave Davis, let's do this. Let's do this. It's time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We had so much more to talk about, but that's all we could do for today. See you next Sunday, same time, same place, right here. Election is in May, based on what we're hearing. So we need everyone to get on the ground. If you're going to come and help us walk, find your candidate and come help us walk. I walk every Monday at 5, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday now at 5. And so if you want to join me, meet me at Pinewood headquarters every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5. We know that's traffic time. You might get there a little late, but just meet us on the ground, or that's when we normally organize. We really leave around 5:30, but be there for 5 so we could get organized and get out there. We got to win Pinewood. How much of y'all know they want Pinewood? They want Pinewood. I put one big sign up on the roundabout in Pinewood. They park all kind of big truck with PLP on it on the park to go kill the grass. But listen, trucks and signs don't win elections. People win elections. And if the people of Pinewood, after going through all they've went through with the PLP, vote for them back, then if the people of Pinewood bring the FNM back that we just got rid of, that did all this to us, I want the people of Pinewood to understand that the PLP and FNM own our WAC homes. Not Frankie and Tommy. The PLP and FNM, they're just the face of those companies. All right, doing the party's bidding. The PLP and FNM did that to us. And they make us suffer. They will not put the proper drainage in there to solve that problem. Because they feel you can vote for them anyway. Either you can vote for PLP, get mad with them, then vote for FNM. Same people, still our homes. But we are going to fix every single house in Pinewood. That's not an election promise. We're going to make our homes pay for it. I've been saying that, and I can say it again. If you live in with your roof falling in, our homes can pay for that. That flooding problem, that is going to be fixed. It's only $10 million. Frankie, you will pay that. Our homes can pay for it. Government ain't paying for that. Because we lose again. If the FNM and PLP did that to us and then making the taxpayer fix that flooding problem that they made all that profit from, we lose again. No. Our homes can pay for that. That's a guarantee. And so the people of Pinewood, you know I can stand up for you. You know I'm going to fight for you. I am on the streets. I've been walking. If I haven't gotten you yet, I'll get to you soon, or just call me and I'll come to you one-on-one. But I'm going to be out there every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We love you. See you on Thursday at 7 p.m. God bless.